Hello. I'd like to welcome you all to the event tonight and to thank you for your continued support of this organization. We've all just enjoyed a great dinner, and now it's on to the highlight of the night. I would like to acknowledge and thank the ROTC students from Lansdowne High School for helping us out tonight. Erica brought that up earlier. And I would also like to thank Don Gay, who was our entertainment tonight. I'm not sure if he's still here, but we thank him too. I would like to thank the directors who serve on the Greater Hampton Roads Regional Crime Line Board for your support. And I would like to ask all of the directors from the regional board to please stand. Come on, guys, stand up. Thank you. And last but not least, I'd like to thank the police coordinators in the local police and sheriff's departments for your dedication and hard work to make your local program a success. Without that dedication, Crime Line would not be able to make a difference in our communities. The Greater Hampton Roads Regional Crime Line Board continues to offer support and leadership to the local Crime Line programs to assist in the fight against crime. In 2017, local Crime Line programs received a total of 3,228 calls or text tips. 223 cases were solved, resulting in 284 arrests. $114,756 in stolen property and drugs were recovered and taken off the streets. A total of 79,713 rewards were approved by the local boards. These payouts would not have been possible without the support of businesses and citizens like you donating to your local Crime Line Board. Your support tonight at this event will enable the regional board to continue to pay the cost of the 1-888 Lock You Up phone line and other activities provided to the local boards. We want to personally thank you so much. Congratulations to the honorees being recognized tonight, and again, thank you for supporting us.
Thank you, Kathy. As I said earlier, we have a lot of sponsors who have really helped to put this event on, but there are three in particular who have really helped to support Crime Lines. We want to recognize them now. So if you would send a representative up here, we would like to show our appreciation for everything you have done for Crime Line. Starting with our platinum sponsors, Bayport Credit Union. All right, we'll make sure that we get that for them. But we also want to invite up now our other platinum sponsor, Finks Inc. All right, I know that we have somebody from this group. From WTKR News 3, Sarah, come on up. All right, we'd like to start presenting our awards now, and we're going to start with our Chairman's Award. This one was specifically chosen by our chairperson, Kathy Richards.
Okay, at this time, I would like to present the 2018 Chairman's Award. This year's recipient comes from the law enforcement side of the program. Tonight, this award goes to someone who is very deserving and is a person who doesn't know the word no, except when he was asked to co-chair the event this year. His first response was, not no, but hell no. After some convincing, he didn't hesitate to accept. He also has a very dedicated wife who has stepped in to help out on a lot of the activities tonight, and I really do appreciate it. He has done whatever was needed to get to where we are tonight. I couldn't have asked for a better co-chair for this event. He has served as a coordinator for his local board and has worked very hard on getting them up and running on the P3 app. In fact, he most recently was voted to be the president of the Virginia State Crime Stoppers Association starting in January. He puts his whole heart and soul in whatever project he is working on. He recently said, "Crime Line is very near and dear to my heart, and dedication is the key to make a partnership a success." This year's recipient of the Chairman's Award goes to Lieutenant Tommy Potter from the Isle of Wight Sheriff's Office. I want to personally thank him for all of the hard work that he's done.
Big trouble. Big trouble.
Turn around.
Switch this way? Okay.
Yep.
All right. That's all. All right, we're good. All right, thank you. Good, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, I'd like to invite up now my colleague from News 3, Barbara Sierra, to help me now with the rest of the awards that we'll be presenting. As we call all of your names, please come forward, join us up here on the stage, and stay up here with us as we read all of your accomplishments. And for our top cop winners, if you'll please come up here with your chief, your sheriff, or your other department escort. I also want to tell you a little bit about our selection process this year. All of our nomination letters and forms were turned over to a committee comprised of area crime line members who met to discuss each nominee at length. In these nominations, the city and the nominee were redacted to create a blind nomination process. These winners were then forwarded to an independent committee for the selection of the overall Top Cop Award. And we'll begin with our Corporation Award.
Thank you so much, Erica, and I'm going to deviate just a little bit from the script because I am in the wonderful city of Virginia Beach, and I want to pay homage to the chief because he said to me earlier, he reminded me that 30 years ago, when he was a sergeant and I was a newbie here in this market, we were at what was then Seashore State Park looking for a missing elderly woman. Two things haven't changed. A, he has not stopped giving me advice about whether or not I should wear high heels while looking for people in Seashore State Park. And number two, thank you, and I am so happy to be here in the great city of Virginia Beach. So thank you, Chief Severa, straight up guy. All right, starting our awards. Under Corporation, Damco Distribution Services, Inc. of Chesapeake, and accepting for them, Ms. Lolita Gilkerson. Damco Distribution Services has done a lot to help both the Portsmouth Police Department and the community as a whole. In one instance, they reached out to the police department to see if they knew of any shelters that needed help and ended up donating a large pickup truck filled with food to the Her Shelter. They also gave a large number of notebooks and other paper products to both the shelter and the police department for its youth summer camp. In another instance, they donated about 200 box fans to the department. They've been used to dry fire uniforms and equipment, cool horses, and police canine, and have been donated to elderly residents who do not have AC. At one point, Damco even provided new pillowcases to shelters across the city. These are just some of the donations they've made. It would be easier for this company to just dispose of the items, as is common practice in a lot of places. But their management staff take the time to find out where they are needed. Congratulations, Damco Distribution Services, Inc. of Chesapeake. It's all about the photo.
All right, our next award is one that you're not actually going to find in your program, and that is because the recipient of this award is such an integral part of Crime Line. We wanted to surprise her because she has done so much for this organization over the years. So our Peter G. Decker Award for an individual goes to Christy Saunders. Christy Saunders Saunders is a tireless supporter of both Portsmouth Crime Line and the Greater Hampton Roads Regional Crime Line. She has been a director on the Portsmouth Crime Line Board since 2010 and has served as a representative for PCL on the Greater Hampton Roads Regional Crime Line Committee for most of that period. Christy serves as secretary for the Portsmouth Board and has been a major contributor to the success of the Top Cop Dinner where we are tonight, the major fundraiser for the shared tip line, and member boards reward contributions. Her organization and networking has directly impacted the sponsorship and silent auction item procurement. Her attention to detail in tracking reservations, payments, and table seating arrangements is amazing. In the past year, she has also been key in organizing a comedy night and assisted in running a golf tournament to raise reward funds for the Portsmouth Crime Line. Congratulations, our individual award, Christy Saunders.
From Chesapeake, SPO Norwood King and K9 Roscoe. K9 Officer Norwood King has an exemplary work ethic. He and K9 Roscoe maintain an average of more than 100 assist calls and 62 officer safety calls per month. They have the most assists on calls for service, which produces more apprehensions, drug and firearm seizures. In 2017, Officer King and K9 Roscoe played an important role in the seizure of more than 70 pounds of marijuana, 850 grams of heroin, and more than $99,000 in cash. Officer King consistently teams up with officers and encourages proactive policing, which has led to criminal elements being identified and removed from the city. In addition to his dedicated work on the street, Officer King strives to ensure the unit is successful in all aspects. He is an experienced handler who willingly shares his knowledge and provides a positive training experience for both the dog and handler. SPO Norwood King.
From the Gloucester County Sheriff's Office, this goes to the School Resource Officers Group. That is Lieutenant Joe Petrowitz, Master Deputy Mark Molnar, Master Deputy Cindy Stallman, Master Deputy Jeff Butler, and Senior Deputy Amanda Phillips. The SROs enthusiastically serve nearly 6,000 students. They continue to expand their engagement opportunities through programs such as DARE and the Virginia Rules Camps with great success, but they also do some creative initiatives. The SROs have created a ticket alternative program for teen drivers. The program gives kids the opportunity to learn from their mistakes by researching risks and alternatives in a written assignment. The SROs have experienced success with anti-bullying campaigns as well. When kids have problems with other students, the SROs meet with them individually, search for alternative reactions, and sign behavioral contracts. To reduce drug abuse, the SROs act aggressively on tips about controlled substances and do unannounced canine inspections. Their continued efforts have increased student safety and have been instrumental in fostering a strong base of community support. Congratulations to our School Resource Officers Group from the Gloucester County Sheriff's Office.
And now let us congratulate Hampton Top Cop, Detective MPO Stephen L. Cook. Detective Stephen Cook serves as the division's task force officer for the Hampton Roads Human Trafficking Task Force. He trains uniformed patrol to identify trafficked individuals, has served as a guest speaker for events, and in July, he recovered a juvenile victim from human trafficking and worked to get her help to recover. Detective Cook's work ethic and professionalism for trafficking victims has preceded him, as partnering agencies often request his help. Last year, Detective Cook also responded to 22 opioid overdose cases, 3 of which were fatal. In one instance, Detective Cook focused on a heroin distribution person who resulted not only in his arrest, but that of his co-conspirator wife. Detective Cook goes above and beyond by ensuring that the families and victims of opioid abuse get information about recovery services and grief counseling. His continued loyalty and commitment are helping to make Hampton a safer community. Congratulations, Hampton Top Cop, Detective MPO Stephen Hart.
From the Isle of Wight County Sheriff's Office, our Top Cop Award goes to Investigator Chris Coughlin and Investigator Donald Edwards. In September of 2017, a woman and her son were found murdered, and it appeared several items were missing from their home. Investigators Donald Edwards and Chris Coughlin began to vigorously investigate this vicious homicide. They retraced the victim's last known movements, interviewed family, and canvassed the area. During one encounter at a home, they discovered stolen items from another burglary on the front porch. While searching the home, they found a man named Kareem Mitchell hiding in a bedroom closet, along with items belonging to the murdered victims. During interviews with Mitchell, he confessed to their murders, as well as numerous burglaries in the area. Another man is also facing charges now in this case. And during this investigation, 11 long guns were also discovered in a hidden storage area beneath the home's back porch. Their tenacity and teamwork helped to bring a quick resolution to a horrific incident. Congratulations to the Isle of Wight Sheriff's Top Cops.
James City County Top Cop, MPO Brandon France. MPO Brandon France. Go ahead, you can clap for him. He leads by example and is greatly respected by his peers and supervisors. This year, MPO France was selected to become a field training officer and has already been successful. He embodies what an FTO should be. He is patient, consistent, and respectful. When MPO France was dispatched to a cardiac call, he jumped into action along with an officer from Kingsmill, performing CPR and using an AED to help a woman who was unresponsive until medics could take her to the hospital. MPO France continues to be an active member of the SWAT and Marine Patrol units as well. He's consistently proven that he can remain calm under pressure, which is why he was selected to attend breacher training for the SWAT team. He is one of the first to step up when help is needed and goes out of his way to help anyone, no matter the shift or division. MPO Brandon France, James City County's Top Cop.
From Newport News, our Top Cop is Officer Mark E. Hillman. Officer Emmy Hillman's proactive policing has helped reduce crime and restore the community's quality of life. From January of 2017 to March of this year, Officer Hillman made 33 felony arrests and 97 misdemeanor arrests. He wrote 639 traffic summonses and removed 12 illegal guns from the streets. Officer Hillman has taken on a leadership role on his shift, has participated in a problem-oriented policing project to reduce property crimes in his district, and has attended the Boys and Girls Club after-school program. He also received 2 life-saving awards earlier this year. In the first incident, he performed CPR on 2 people in the same 10-hour shift, saving both of them. In another case, he helped to save a stabbing victim by applying a tourniquet to the victim's leg. He is a team player, makes good tactical decisions, and maintains his cool during stressful situations. Our Top Cop for Newport News, Officer Mark Hillman.
Norfolk Top Cop, Officer David Salisbury. Detective David Salisbury was a vital part of an FBI investigation into the Madstone Bloods, or MBS gang. He has participated in physical surveillances, recruited confidential sources, and interviewed victims and witnesses of MSB-related crimes. He also helped by deciphering communications between the gang members. They utilized a robust system of over 1,000 code words and phrases, and only a handful of people can effectively decipher them. Federal indictments were eventually unsealed against 20 MSB members and associates, including 4 former employees of the Virginia Department of Corrections. One of the defendants included one of the highest-ranking MSB members in the nation. Detective Salisbury played key roles in these investigations, and his professionalism and diligence were crucial. Congratulations, Norfolk Top Cop, Officer David Salisbury.
From Poquoson, our top cop is Detective Sergeant James Fox. When Detective Sergeant James Fox realized there was an increase in drug overdose deaths in Poquoson, he began researching ways the police department could save lives. He found that most agencies in our region were beginning to distribute naloxone to their officers. As part of his research on the matter, Sergeant Fox contacted representatives from the Abzizo Company, makers of an auto-injector. He then applied for a product donation grant to offset the cost of the injectors and arranged for training. As of June of 2018, the Poquoson Police Department has received $270,000 worth of auto-injectors. More importantly, department personnel have saved the lives of 3 overdose victims since receiving this grant. Because of Sergeant Fox's commitment, the department's officers and detectives are now better prepared to respond to overdoses. Our top cop for Poquoson, Detective Sergeant James Fox.
Well, under Portsmouth Top Cop, under the Street Crimes Unit, I guess you could say it takes a village. Listen up. Being honored today, Lieutenant Chad Bennett, Sergeant Nathaniel Halls, now Sergeant, now Lieutenant, Scott Blystone, and Officers Ken Adams, Roberto Aguilar, Jeffrey Barber, Frederick Byers, Sean Lewis, Ann O'Neill, Michael Siniscalchi, and William Watts. Since its creation, the Street Crimes Unit has lived up to and exceeded all expectations. After a pair of serial robbery suspects began striking check-cashing businesses, Street Crimes was put on the job. After several surveillance shifts, they identified the suspects involved and where they lived. They were not only the robbery suspects to be identified or arrested by Street Crimes. In fact, this 10-man unit accounted for more than 382 arrests in 2017 with 88 guns seized. That's not their only success story. Target evictions of gang members from crime-riddled neighborhoods drastically reduced crime rates in those areas. The SCU also targeted and shut down businesses that were allowing drug dealing in their parking lots. The hard work and dedication of these officers has yielded a far safer city with a better quality of life for the citizens of Portsmouth. Congratulations to the Street Crimes Unit.
From Smithfield, our top cop is Officer William Woolley. Officer William Woolley consistently excels in all areas of law enforcement. He was a top performer for the department in 2017 for DUI arrests, drug arrests, and summons. Due to his proactive approach to DUIs and narcotics, he received the 2017 MAD Award and the 2017 American Legion Officer of the Year Award. In 2017, Officer Woolley was commended for his quick action and decision-making skills. During a traffic stop, a citizen approached him. While talking with the citizen, he noticed that this individual had slurred speech, her face was drooping, and she was talking incoherently. He realized that she was having a medical emergency and called medics to the scene. Officer Woolley's quick actions and necessary intervention potentially saved this woman's life. Congratulations, our Smithfield top cop, Officer William Woolley.
Suffolk Top Cop Officer Clifton E. Sessoms, Jr. Officer Sessoms' work ethic is nothing short of outstanding. He is currently assigned to the DUI Task Force Unit. Officer Sessoms completed and recertified as one of only 3 drug recognition experts in the entire Hampton Roads area, and for the past 2 years, he's been honored by the Mothers Against Drunk Drivers Association as the officer with the most DUI arrests in the city of Suffolk. Last year, Officer Sessoms conducted nearly 200 standard field sobriety tests, resulting in 70 DUI arrests, and also helped street patrol officers with 14 DUI arrests. Officer Sessoms is also well-versed in other traffic and criminal enforcement initiatives within the city. His proactive enforcement resulted in summonses for nearly 700 speeding violations and 27 weapons-related arrests, among many others. He was Suffolk Police Department's Officer of the Year in 2017. Please congratulate Officer Clifton E. Sessoms, Jr.
From Virginia Beach, our top cop is Officer Ross Stolley. Officer Ross Stolley has consistently performed at a level which far exceeds expectations. He is a go-to guy amongst his peers, and he takes the time to get to know the regulars in his assigned area, which helps to reduce crime. During the nomination period, he arrested 148 people for various offenses and responded to 114 incidents. Of those, 28 resulted in arrests for possession of narcotics. The majority were for possession of felony drugs, not misdemeanor drugs, where he regularly uses his discretion. During this same time, his self-initiated activity has resulted in 9 incidents where 10 firearms have been removed from the street. He has also responded to numerous high-profile incidents. In one case, he transitioned from officer to rescuer to help a stabbing victim. In another, he selflessly dove into frigid water to help a man whose car had crashed in the water. Please join me in congratulating Virginia Beach's top cop, Officer Ross Stolley.
Virginia State Police Top Cop, Trooper Vincent Tolero. Trooper Tolero has been a member of the Virginia Department of State Police since 2013, serving the communities of Isle of Wight and Southampton counties. Trooper Tolero has become a dependable asset to his unit by mentoring other troopers. He strives to keep his community safe through proactive enforcement efforts, and he volunteers to work extra shifts when there is a shortage of manpower. Trooper Tolero engages in selective enforcement projects regularly to increase police pressure on our roads during high traffic times. Trooper Tolero's enforcement activities stand out among his peers. During the 15-month nomination period, Trooper Tolero issued more than 1,100 traffic summonses. Among some of the recent awards he's received, the 2017 MAD Award for DUI enforcement, and was named Trooper of the Year by the American Legion Post in Smithfield. Congratulations, Trooper Vincent Tolero.
From Williamsburg, our top cop award goes to a team. This is Major Susan Galvin, Investigator Ashley Nichols, Lieutenant Brian Carlson, Sergeant Rich Drab, Investigator Lang Craighill, Investigator Sean Hughes, Investigator Mark Mahoney, and Investigator Scott Rose. The Williamsburg Police Department received information from a reliable source that college-aged women were being sexually assaulted after unwittingly consuming hypnotics. On learning this information, Major Susan Galvin and her team of investigators went into action. It became apparent that there was a drug problem permeating the student population. Investigators were quickly able to facilitate the purchase of a variety of drugs, resulting in the arrest of a member of the faculty, 8 students, and a contract employee. This case resulted in 40 counts of possession with the intent to distribute narcotics. Although there were no arrests for sexual assault, after hearing about the investigation, several young women came forward to make reports. This endeavor has assisted immensely in providing a safe and drug-free environment for our young adults. Please join me in congratulating our top cops from Williamsburg.
Our Windsor top cop goes to Officer Clifton J. Griffin. Over the 15-month nomination period, Officer Clifton Griffin led the Windsor Police Department with 130 arrests, including 40 for felony drug violations and 11 for firearms-related crimes. He also issued more than 650 traffic summonses. One big case he was involved in took place in February of 2017. During a narcotics operation, Officer Griffin tried to stop a suspect's vehicle. The suspect backed over a gas pump, causing a massive fireball. As Officer Griffin was getting out of his car, the suspect accelerated forward, hitting Officer Griffin, and then took off. Officer Griffin got back in his vehicle, he's a badass, and followed the suspect until he wrecked and took off running. Now, despite Officer Griffin's injuries, he was still able to catch the suspect. Officer Griffin also gets involved with the community, whether it's meeting with Girl Scouts for a merit badge project or collecting toys for the Christmas drive. Congratulations, Windsor's top cop, Officer Clifton Griffin.
From the York-Poquoson Sheriff's Office, our top cop is Investigator Donald Mickett. Investigator Donald Mickett demonstrates passion and dedication to the York-Poquoson Sheriff's Office every day. He serves as primary investigator for crimes against persons cases, which includes children. These cases are sensitive and complex, and Investigator Mickett has built a reputation of relentlessness on behalf of victims. When it comes time to prosecute these cases, Investigator Mickett has played key roles in securing convictions due to his work ethic and attention to detail. The past year and a half has been very challenging because of so much turnover from retirements and promotions. Investigator Mickett has stepped up to provide guidance and feedback to new investigators. Investigator Mickett is also a valuable member of the emergency response team, the bike team, and holds numerous instruction certifications, balancing all these roles without compromising the quality of his work. Congratulations to Investigator Donald Mickett from the York-Poquoson Sheriff's Office.
And now for our Lifetime Award. It goes to Fred Kern. Fred worked at NASA Langley for 34 years in the field of measurement instrumentation, primarily in a research and development supervisory capacity. Now, when he retired in 1995, he didn't slow down. Fred and his wife chaired the first peninsula-wide regional neighborhoods conference, which grew out of a yearly James City County Williamsburg neighborhood event. He served as chair of the York County Democratic Committee for 4 years and 2 years as a member of the Democratic Virginia State Central Committee. He has volunteered for 20 years with the Virginia Peninsula Crime Stoppers, serving in multiple leadership positions, including secretary, vice president, and president. He was instrumental, along with Lindsay Voorhees of Portsmouth and Bud Warren of Virginia Beach, in establishing the Greater Hampton Roads Regional Crime Lines Committee, bringing together all of the area crime line programs and establishing both the 1-888 Lock You Up tip line and the annual Top Cop Dinner, which we're at right now. He served as the Greater Hampton Roads Regional Crime Line's first president. He also served for 5 years as president of the statewide Virginia Crime Stoppers Association that provided guidance and training for over 50 Crime Stopper programs across the state of Virginia. Fred is a recipient of numerous NASA awards, including the Exceptional Service Medal, a Major Leadership Award for the Instrument Society of America Professional Society, in which he served as division chairman and president, and International Instrumentation Symposium and Crime Stoppers Achievement Awards from local, state, and Southeastern Regional Crime Stoppers organizations. Congratulations for your lifetime of achievement, Fred Kern.
And now to find out who the overall winner is for our Hampton Roads Top Cop, please take a look. You know, there's always got to be a technical glitch or two.
Here, the temperature of the water was around 45 degrees. It was in those frigid conditions that Virginia Beach police officer Ross Stolley willingly dove in to rescue a man.
Stripped off my belt, my shirt, my vest, and jumped in the water.
A man who'd been drinking had mistakenly driven his car down a boat ramp. Stolley was trying to get to his passenger, who was still in the icy water, unconscious.
Some of my partners on the shore, they gave me a bag of rope that I was able to hold on to, and I grabbed him and they pulled me in.
With no way to know if anyone was still trapped in the car, Stolley then went back in the water. The car was 10 to 12 feet underwater at this point, and it was so cold, Stolley knew he needed to make that dive count, or he may not get back to shore himself.
I just remember taking a deep breath and thinking, I only want to do this one more time.
Fortunately, no one else was inside. It's not the first time he's jumped into action to save someone. In June of 2017, Stolley was on scene as a search warrant was being served. The entry team came under fire and an officer was injured.
Together with a few other officers, detectives on scene, we gave him first aid and dragged him down the street to where an ambulance could meet us.
He then went back to the scene to keep helping. These are just two of the high-profile cases he's been part of. He's quick to tell you he wasn't working alone in any of these cases.
You know, I didn't do any of these things that's on this list by myself. I wasn't by myself for any of this stuff.
But Sergeant Daniel Walski will tell you it's not chance that Stolley finds himself in these situations over and over.
Goes above and beyond every single day. So his actions directly result in making this community a safer one.
This year, we are proud to recognize Virginia Beach Police Officer Ross Stolley as our top cop for Hampton Roads.
Congratulations, Officer Stolley. Although he was interviewed for that piece, he weren't entirely honest with what it's about, so this is still a surprise for him this evening. Chief Severa, if you'd like to make a couple remarks.
Oh, yes. There's two things about Officer Stolley and the officers in this room. The nobility of policing and the virtues of being a cop. You know, it's a noble person who says, I'm going to put on a bulletproof vest, put a gun on my hip and go to work. It's a noble person when the shots are being fired to run in towards the gunfire to help a downed officer. It's a noble individual to dive into that freezing water not once but twice. Oh, by the way, this is the second time. The other time he did it was at the ocean front when someone was trapped over by the jetty and he dove into that water to help that individual. It's a noble individual to give first aid to someone who's just been viciously stabbed and to make sure that person makes it to the hospital safe and sound. And you know, there's virtues to being a cop. The first virtue is courage. You've heard it. Well, he also exemplifies the virtues of dignity and respect. Everything he does is with high dignity. Everyone he deals with, he treats with dignity. Even the bad guys, he treats them with dignity and respect. So Officer Stolley, from me and the men and the women of our police department and all the officers sitting here today, you exemplify the nobility of policing and the virtues of being a cop. Congratulations.
Congratulations, along with going home with his award, he's also going with a $500 check, so not a bad evening. One more time before you guys leave, I want to recognize all of our top cop winners, so could we just give a round of applause for everyone who's Another note too, for everyone who is valet parked, please just give them a little time and be patient. I know they've got a lot of people to try to get out of here this evening. And if you parked in the parking garage, just tell them that you are with the Top Cop Award as you leave, so that you can get that free parking. Now, please join me with our benediction provided by Chaplain Don Hibble.
What a wonderful end to a beautiful event. I'm sure everyone here was blessed. You know, as my 18 years as a chaplain with the police department, I've met some wonderful men and women. And everyone here in uniform, even they're not in uniform, they're top cops in my estimation. This year there's been 124 line of duty deaths nationally. I would hope there wouldn't be another one. But as statistics have shown, there probably will be. Can we just pause for a moment of silence for those that have given their lives? Thank you. Would you bow, please? God, as we leave this place, grant us the safety as we return to our homes. And for our men and women in blue, protect them as they continue now at this hour, on duty, sworn to serve. Amen.
Once again, congratulations to all of our winners. Thank you all for coming and have a wonderful evening.